It began as a quiet evening on Weverse, just another moment when two BTS members decided to show up unannounced, sending millions of hearts racing across the globe. Jungkook, freshly returned from military service, appeared more relaxed than ever. Jimin, his soft smile radiating through the screen, joined in shortly after. What happened next was simple, yet explosive, a casual conversation about songwriting, but one that left ARMYs convinced something big was brewing behind the scenes. When Jungkook mentioned he had been experimenting with new melodies lately, the chat section erupted. His phrasing, deliberate, thoughtful, reminded fans of how he often teases music before an announcement. Jimin, never one to let things slide, smiled and asked, "Are you writing for yourself or for us?" That one line changed everything, because for BTS fans, us means only one thing: BTS. For months, ARMY had been waiting for a hint about BTS's long-awaited 2026 comeback. Rumors swirled about secret studio sessions and late-night calls between members. But this was the first real clue, and it came directly from two of the most emotional storytellers in the group. Jungkook and Jimin have always approached music differently. Jungkook, the perfectionist, detail-oriented, constantly chasing innovation. Jimin, the emotional heart, poetic, soft, but capable of piercing intensity in his lyrics. Back in their earlier albums, their differences were what made BTS's music multidimensional. Jungkook's sharp precision balanced Jimin's lyrical vulnerability. From Lie to Still With You, both have mastered how to turn emotion into sound. But in 2025, something feels different. They've grown, individually and as artists. Now, their worlds are colliding again, and ARMY can sense that a new kind of magic is forming. During their service, both Jungkook and Jimin wrote heartfelt letters to fans. Jimin's letters often mentioned reflection, learning to slow down and find meaning in small moments. Jungkook's, on the other hand, revealed a man restless for creation. "There's so much music left in me," he wrote. "I can't wait to sing again." Fans now look back at those letters as early signs, a foreshadowing of the creative fire that would lead to this very moment. When Jungkook told fans he had been revisiting some old melodies, ARMY connected dots. Could it be that he's been secretly composing during his service, possibly with Jimin in mind? In their short Weverse exchange, Jimin asked Jungkook, "Do you ever think about writing lyrics that reflect what we went through?" Jungkook paused. His expression softened. "I do," he said quietly. "But I want it to sound new, not sad, not nostalgic. Something that says we survived, you know?" That single sentence sent fans into meltdown. Screenshots flooded Twitter, TikTok edits multiplied, and theories exploded. Was Jungkook hinting at BTS's next title track, a song about survival, unity, and rebirth? ARMYs are known for their detective-level instincts, and this time was no different. Within hours, fan translators dissected every nuance, timing, and word choice from both Jungkook and Jimin. One fan wrote, "Jimin's tone when he said, 'for us' wasn't just playful, it was deliberate. He knows what he's doing." Another pointed out how Jungkook's "we survived" phrase echoed the message BTS delivered in Yet to Come. Could this be the sequel fans have been waiting for? When we talk about Jungkook and Jimin, we're not just talking about bandmates. We're talking about two souls who have walked through fire together, from sleepless nights during debut days to sold-out stadiums and solo fame. They've seen it all. And now, after years apart, it seems they're ready to weave their individual stories into something collective again. If Jungkook represents resilience, Jimin represents healing, and perhaps BTS's next album needs both. According to several music insiders in Seoul, Jungkook and Jimin have been communicating frequently with big hit producers. One unnamed insider revealed, they've been sending song ideas, lyric sketches, and even small demo clips. The company is giving them space to explore before the official comeback phase begins. If true, it aligns perfectly with what ARMYs observed online. Jimin experimenting with melodic phrases in recent Weverse lives, and Jungkook hinting at unfinished lyrics. Looking at BTS's discography, some of their strongest work came when the members collaborated deeply. Euphoria, Promise, Still With You, Filter. If the upcoming album captures even a fraction of that emotional depth, it could mark BTS's most mature era yet. Fans speculate that this comeback might blend modern R&B with orchestral pop, a sound that could showcase both Jungkook's smooth vocals and Jimin's raw, emotional tone. One fan on X wrote, "Imagine Jimin's airy voice opening a verse, then Jungkook's harmony cuts through like sunlight. That's not just a song, that's healing." It's easy to underestimate what this comeback means for the members. It's not just about music. It's about reunion, reflection, and rewriting their legacy after the military years. Jungkook once said, "Music is where I feel alive." Jimin once confessed, "Singing together feels like home." So when both start talking about lyrics and melodies again, it's not coincidence. It's destiny moving quietly beneath the surface. Fans around the world have flooded social media with messages of support, some emotional, others humorous. Tweets like, "Jungkook said we survived, and I haven't stopped crying since." Jimin's tone when he said, "For us could end wars." The emotional connection between ARMY and BTS isn't built on announcements. It's built on these small, fleeting, honest moments that remind everyone. This bond runs deeper than fame. Interestingly, HYBE has remained completely silent about any new BTS music. No teaser, no press release, nothing. But fans know that silence from HYBE often means something massive is coming before BTS's Map of the Soul. 7. The company also stayed quiet for months, only to drop one of the group's most iconic eras. The current pattern feels eerily similar, except this time, the emotions are heavier, the stakes higher. Waiting is something ARMY has learned to master. They've waded through enlistments, solo eras, and media speculation. But this wait feels different, because it's not about uncertainty anymore. It's about anticipation, grounded in trust. Jungkook and Jimin's brief Weverse chat might not have revealed a release date, but it reminded fans of something more important. BTS's story isn't over. It's just entering a new chapter. Across Seoul, Jakarta, Paris, and Sao Paulo, fan cafes and community pages have revived old traditions, lyric analysis threads, translation projects, fan art challenges, all inspired by that single conversation between Jungkook and Jimin. It's like the fandom collectively felt a spark reignite. The duo didn't just talk about lyrics. They reminded millions of what BTS stands for: connection through emotion. After years of individual growth, both Jungkook and Jimin have evolved as storytellers. Jungkook's Golden and Jimin's Face were both deeply personal, but in completely different ways. Now, imagine those worlds merging, Jimin's introspective poetry colliding with Jungkook's cinematic pop production. The result could redefine BTS's sound for an entirely new generation. For BTS, lyrics have always been sacred. They don't just tell stories, they heal, and that's what makes this conversation so significant. If Jungkook and Jimin are already discussing lyrical direction, it means the creative process is alive again. It means they're writing not just for the charts, but for the hearts that have been waiting for years. Fans are playfully debating online about whose lyrical ideas might shine brighter. Team Jimin says his emotional nuance wins every time. Team Jungkook insists his versatility will shape the next era, but deep down, everyone knows the truth. BTS has always thrived when they collaborate. The magic isn't about one voice being stronger. It's about harmony born from contrast. The world is watching. The stage lights are dim for now, but soon they'll rise again. Somewhere in a quiet studio in Seoul, maybe Jimin is writing down a line that starts with heartbreak, and maybe Jungkook is in another room, turning that same line into melody. When those two worlds collide, the result will be nothing short of transcendent, because BTS isn't just making music again, they're reminding us why music matters.